Hey guys, welcome to my first drawing video. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips to getting a more realistic eye. The products that I'm using you can get pretty much at any craft store. I'll be using a mechanical pencil, a basic number 2 pencil, a charcoal pencil, a blending tool, and Prismacolor white colored pencil. So without further ado, let's get started. So the left side will be dedicated to the common mistakes that I see, and the right side will be the more realistic elements. I can't emphasize enough that there is no right way and wrong way to do art. There's only different ways to do it, and that's what I'm showing you today. Alright, so starting off with the eye shape, a mistake that I see a lot of the time is that people will draw a perfect almond and or oval. But in actual reality, eyes are actually a lot more droopier on one side or a lot higher on the other side. Something that really helped me was actually tracing. Then you can see what the actual eye shape of the photo will look like without any shadows or anything like that. It'll help you get that good feel for actual eye shape. So right now I am actually drawing the iris, and a mistake that I see often is drawing a big perfect circle, but in actual reality your eyelid covers the top part of your iris and your lower lash line covers the other part, so it's kind of flat on the top and the bottom. And you'll notice with the realistic side I'm doing light feathery strokes. That'll be a reoccurring method. It'll be a lot easier to blend with light strokes rather than big heavy honky ones like as shown right now. So right now I'm going to be working on the pupil, and I am going to actually be adding a light source to the pupil, so it's not going to be again another perfect circle. And I'm just adding a little extra shadows around, that way I can add a little bit, I can start to add the color of the eye. And on this side I am just doing one heavy black pupil with some really heavy detail. So right now I'm just adding some shadows where I know there will be some really dark lowlights, and so here I am blending and adding that shadow, not adding any shadow on the unrealistic side. And here I am blending. Adding shadows will really give your drawing that 3D look. It'll really take it to that next level. And right now I'm just going to be adding one monotone color to that iris. With the other eye, the realistic eye, I'm actually going to be building up the shadows, which you will see progress throughout this video. So this current step is very important, and that is emphasizing those blacks. Right now I'm using a charcoal pencil, but it'll just give you a beautiful, beautiful 3D element when you add the blackest blacks and the whitest whites, which you will see here in a bit. So even right now you can start to see that difference coming through, and of course I'm going to be blending. I'm going to be doing a lot of blending, and that's honestly one of my biggest keys, is just blend, blend, blend. It'll really make everything soft. And right now I'm starting to treat the actual eye as a sphere. So right here you'll notice that I'm actually cleaning off the blending tool. That's what I do to wipe off that excess charcoal. So right now I am going to be adding the eye sockets, and how I'm going to be doing that is by adding some shadows to make it appear farther away from the rest of the eye. Naturally your eye sockets are generally more sunken in than your actual eye. So, and on the other side, of course, I'm not going to add any dimension, just one harsh line to give that appearance. So at this point I'm just going to be adding some more blacks and just add, I believe this is the third layer, and just going to be blending it and making it look more soft and give it a finer appearance. So right now for the tear duct I'm not going to add any shadows. I'm just going to put a very harsh circular line and just kind of build up from that and just leave it as is. So I'm going to go ahead and start the eyelashes on the unrealistic side, and if you notice, I'm making them very tiny and they're all going to be facing one angle. They're very clumpy and very, well, I guess even clunky would be a good word, but you'll notice when I get to the other side, the realistic side, that the eyelashes that are closest to the tear duct will point inwards towards your nose, the middle by the iris will point straight up, and the farthest will point away from your face. So right here I'm making them actually too long, and I'm adding too many, and they're all one size, they're all very thick, and usually with eyelashes you want to go very wispy. And so right now I'm going to go ahead and start by darkening that lash line. And with my lashes, I like them very wispy. At the bottom, I like them to be very thick, and as they go out, to get thinner. I do like to add very light, thin strokes in between the thick strokes to give that appearance of individual lashes. And right here, I'm doing a little demo of like how I create those wisps. So something you can do to make them a little bit more realistic is just to kind of blend them out and, you know, make it a little bit more soft. You don't want just like harsh lines. And I'm just going to do some more blending as usual. If you don't feel comfortable just going all in, you can do some very light outlines with your regular pencil and just kind of get that feel of where you want your lashes to be and get a good feel for placement and everything, and then go in later and, you know, slowly add the other hairs with the darker charcoal pencil. So at this point I'm going to go ahead and start the highlight. I'm going to go ahead and start with just draw directly over the pupil and on the iris to really give it that reflective surface. So I'm going to go ahead and start highlighting that inner eye. I'm going to highlight the waterline and a little bit in the tear duct. So right now I'm just cleaning up and just really defining those eyelashes individually. And you'll probably notice that some of that inner corner is cut off. I am left-handed and I do have the tendency to push the paper with my hand. So sorry about that. So right now I'm going to go ahead and carve out a little eyebrow, but I'm not going to be focusing too much on that. I will briefly touch on it, but that could be a whole nother video all on its own. Right now I'm going to go ahead and just really dig into that eyebrow, make it one dark monotone eyebrow, and just, you can even see the table shaking. I'm just really getting in there. So watching this now, I'm like, wow, was I angry when I was doing that eyebrow? What's going on? My advice for eyebrows is to be very patient, build them up, handle them a lot like your eyelashes. You know, you want to add those darks and, you know, the lights, and I like to add individual hairs by erasing with like a very fine eraser. And for the rest of the video, I'm just going to go ahead and blend, fix any mistakes that I might have made, you know, just finalize it. So as you can see, the tips really do help add that realism to your drawings. Here's a final cut of the two compared side by side in a high def photo. I'll leave all my links down below. If you have any questions, I'll be more than glad to answer. And yeah, thanks for watching.